Welcome back to Madrid Pulse. We keep every Real Madrid fan connected to the latest news, stories, and insights surrounding Los Blancos. From on-field performances to the politics that shape football's biggest stages, we bring you detailed coverage of everything that matters. Today, we dive into one of the most heated disputes in the footballing world right now, the ongoing standoff between Real Madrid and the Ballon d'Or, a conflict that continues to escalate without any clear resolution in sight. The friction between Real Madrid and the Ballon d'Or committee has been simmering for a while now, and it all began with the controversy surrounding last year's ceremony. Vinicius Jr. was widely regarded as the favorite to lift the trophy after an incredible season. Yet to the shock of many within the club and the wider footballing community, the award was given to Rodri. That decision not only created waves in the media, but also deeply angered the Real Madrid hierarchy, who felt that one of their brightest stars had been unfairly overlooked. The aftermath of that decision was dramatic. Real Madrid completely skipped the event in Paris, with no delegation present at the gala, marking the beginning of an open protest against the award's organizers. What might have been a one-time act of defiance has now turned into a long-term standoff. Reports from France, particularly from L'Équipe, suggest that this year's edition of the Ballon d'Or will once again go ahead without the presence of any Real Madrid representatives. The 2025 ceremony, scheduled for September 22nd in Paris, is set to take place under a cloud of tension, as Real Madrid's formal protest shows no signs of stopping. For one of the most decorated clubs in the history of world football to refuse to acknowledge the sport's most prestigious individual prize is both symbolic and significant. Behind this protest lies not only frustration with last year's outcome, but also deeper disagreements over how the award is run and decided. The Ballon d'Or committee has reportedly tried to make peace with Real Madrid in recent months, opening the door for dialogue and compromise. However, those efforts have largely failed, with Madrid standing firm in their position. Their objections extend beyond a single player being snubbed. The club has expressed concerns about the voting system, the way scoring is calculated, and the involvement of UEFA in the process, which they feel tilts the balance unfairly. For Florentino Perez and the Madrid leadership, this is not just about one Ballon d'Or. This is about ensuring fairness, transparency, and respect for their players' achievements. This firm stance comes at an interesting time because three Real Madrid stars have once again been nominated for the 2025 edition of the award. Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappé, and Jude Bellingham are all on the shortlist, showcasing the quality and stature of players representing the club. Yet the mood in Madrid suggests that, even with such nominations, enthusiasm is low and expectations are tempered. Vinicius, who was at the center of last year's controversy, has not had the best of seasons this time around. His performances dipped compared to his brilliant campaign the previous year, making it unlikely for him to be seen as a favorite again. Jude Bellingham, meanwhile, continues to be one of the brightest young talents in world football, but his second season at Real Madrid did not quite match the heights of his first. Struggles with consistency and the team's overall challenges in midfield meant that he was not able to showcase his full potential over the course of the campaign. This leaves Mbappé as the standout Real Madrid nominee, and the Frenchman has certainly made a strong case for himself. In his debut season at the Santiago Bernabeu, Mbappé not only adapted quickly but also excelled, winning the Golden Boot and the Pichichi Trophy. His goal-scoring prowess and influence on games were undeniable, reminding fans why he is considered one of the best in the world. Even so, the reality is that the race for the 2025 Ballon d'Or appears to be moving in a different direction. Current reports suggest that the two main favorites for the prize are Barcelona's Lamine Yamal and Paris Saint-Germain's Ousmane Dembélé. Both wingers have been explosive in their performances over the past season, dazzling fans and critics alike with their pace, creativity, and match-winning ability. The narrative has been building around them, and unless there is a surprise, the award will likely go to one of the two. This further complicates the situation for Real Madrid, as it not only reduces the chances of their nominees winning, but also reinforces the feeling within the club that their players' contributions are being undervalued or overshadowed. For the fans, this ongoing standoff raises mixed emotions. On one hand, there is pride in seeing the club take a firm stance against what they perceive as unfair treatment. Real Madrid has always been an institution that demands respect, and many supporters see this as a way of protecting the club's prestige and the honor of its players. On the other hand, it is disheartening to imagine a Ballon d'Or ceremony without the presence of Madrid players and representatives, especially when nominees like Mbappé are among the very best in the world. As the date of the 2025 gala approaches, the uncertainty remains. Will Real Madrid soften their stance at the last minute, or will they double down on their protest, refusing to take part in one of football's grandest stages? For now, the signs point firmly toward the latter, and the standoff looks set to continue into yet another year. For Madrid Pulse, this story is more than just about awards. It is about power, pride, and the politics of football, where the fight for recognition is just as fierce off the pitch as it is on it. Real Madrid have made their stance very clear regarding Tchouameni, and the message could not be stronger. The French midfielder is untouchable, and the club have proven this with their recent decision to reject a massive $100 million offer from Premier League side Newcastle United. According to reports from Fichajes, the offer was immediately turned down, and Madrid have since raised their valuation of Tchouameni to over $200 million. That figure is less of a price tag and more of a statement to the rest of Europe. The midfielder is not going anywhere. This firm position from the board highlights just how highly they value the player, not just as another member of the squad, but as an essential part of Xabi Alonso's new project. For the hierarchy at the Santiago Bernabeu, Tchouameni represents stability, quality, and a long-term solution in the midfield. He is one of the cornerstones upon which the team's future is being built, and the belief is strong that selling him, even for an extraordinary sum, would be a grave mistake. Inside the club, the message has been made crystal clear. Tchouameni is not for sale, not even for $200 million. This tells you everything you need to know about the trust and confidence Real Madrid have placed in him. Just a year ago, there were murmurs of criticism as he struggled to fully adapt to life at the Bernabeu. But the transformation under Alonso has been remarkable. Today, the Frenchman is one of the first names on the team sheet and has silenced all doubts with his performances. On the pitch, Tchouameni has become a model of consistency. His composure on the ball, ability to read the game, and natural strength in breaking up opposition attacks make him invaluable. Statistically, his importance cannot be overstated. Last season, he was among the top 3 players in the squad for ball recoveries per match and consistently ranked as one of the best in duels won. His presence in midfield provides the perfect balance between defense and attack, something Alonso has relied on heavily in his system. Without Tchouameni, the team would lose a great deal of control in the middle of the park. Alonso's tactical approach requires stability in midfield, and this is where Tchouameni thrives. His positioning allows other creative players like Jude Bellingham and Federico Valverde to push forward with freedom, knowing that there is a strong shield behind them. He is the anchor that keeps the structure intact, ensuring Madrid dominate not only possession, but also the transitions where games are so often won or lost. Fans and teammates alike have begun to appreciate just how vital he has become. Newcastle's interest in Tchouameni is a sign of their growing ambition. The Premier League side have been trying to assemble a squad capable of competing with the very best in Europe, and targeting a player of Tchouameni's caliber shows just how far their ambitions stretch. However, their attempt was met with an immediate and firm rejection. Real Madrid's stance has been unwavering. Tchouameni is staying at the Santiago Bernabeu, and no amount of money will change that. For Madrid fans, this is reassuring news. There is a sense that the team is entering a new era under Xabi Alonso, and to lose a player as crucial as Tchouameni during this rebuilding phase would risk destabilizing the entire project. At just 24 years old, the Frenchman is still developing, and his ceiling appears to be incredibly high. The board believe that his best years are ahead of him and that he can grow into a true leader for the team, much like Casemiro once was during Madrid's golden era of Champions League triumphs. Tchouameni's profile fits perfectly with Madrid's long-term vision. The club has invested heavily in young talent such as Eduardo Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, and Arda Güler, and Tchouameni is at the heart of that new generation. Together, they are forming a midfield that could dominate European football for the next decade. Selling him now, especially after he has started to flourish, would go against everything the club has been building. For the fans, seeing Tchouameni embrace his role in Alonso's system is a joy. His growth represents the kind of smart planning and patience that has allowed Madrid to stay at the top for decades. The fact that he turned criticism into motivation, winning over both the coach and the supporters, makes his story even more inspiring. He is not just another signing, he is becoming part of the club's identity. As Real Madrid continue to chase silverware this season, having a player like Tchouameni in the heart of midfield will be essential. His influence on and off the pitch is growing, and the club is determined to make sure he remains at the Bernabeu for years to come. So while other clubs might circle with their big money offers, Real Madrid fans can rest assured. Aurelien Tchouameni is here to stay, and he is set to play a leading role in the next great chapter of Los Blancos history.